G'day everybody, welcome back to another AFL monthly power rankings video on the channel. In this video today we'll be taking a look at the month of April of the 2022 AFL season and ranking the teams in current form. If you're going to enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated, and let's get into my power rankings for the month of April. Okay, so if you didn't know, I did do a power rankings video for the month of March, and now we have surpassed round 7, and that is carried over into, yes, the 1st of May, but it still counts as April in my eyes. And yeah, we'll rank the teams based off current form, and we'll just get straight into it, kicking it off with 18th, we have got North Melbourne. A no-brainer really, they've only got a win over the West Coast Eagles, and that's when they were under the pump with a lot of outs, and they have lost to the Hawks, Lions, Sydney, Bulldogs, Geelong and Carlton. To their credit, they are hard teams to beat at the moment, but still it is a no-brainer why they last. Defensively, they're not good enough. They're just lacking a lot of talent at the moment and a lot of drive. And yeah, simply for me, they are last on the power rankings. In 17th spot now, and I have gotten the West Coast Eagles again. They've stayed the same place as they were in March. No-brainer again, really. I've only gotten one win, and then the rest losses. The win over Collingwood, and to their credit, a magnificent win. Very brave win over there, but seriously, you'd expect them to put up a bit better of a performance at their fortress, but they've just simply not been able to after massive losses to the Suns, Sydney, and also the Tigers, and also they've lost to North Melbourne, Freo, and Port Adelaide. They've been under the pump so far in 2022, a lot of outs with injury and also COVID situations, but it was expected that they were going to be a bottom 4 side. Again, lacking a lot of youth talent and just those premiership quality players like 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 they just aren't cutting the mustard at the moment. Kennedy and Darling's been okay. They're just lacking quite a bit of talent at the moment, having to rely on sort of average players like Redden, Duggan and Paddy Nash to come in and do their part. So it's within fair reason that they are 17th. In 16th place, I've gotten Essendon. They hold a 1-6 record, and they have a win, of course, over Adelaide. Very close win that was, and then a losses to Geelong, Lions, D's, Freo, and Collingwood. They did have a hard 3 weeks to kick off the season, having to play Geelong, Lions, and the Demons. We were expecting them to bounce back a bit, but they've just simply been unable to. Now losing against the Bulldogs recently. 1-6 record. They are in some strife at the moment. They are a talented side. They've got quite a bit of talent. Parish and Merritt, of course, are the 2 guns for the side. But then again, they are a small midfield. They aren't very accountable players, not too great at 2A running. They sometimes lack a bit of competitiveness and a bit of fight for the ball. And then again, as I said earlier in the season, their key position players simply aren't good enough. You can't have 𝐓𝐴𝐷𝐻 and Ridley sometimes kicking in that key back spot. 𝐓𝐡𝐞, there needs to be better players there. And Peter Wright, he'll show glimpses, but then again, they just need better key position play, simple as that, and they are 16th. 15th now, and I've gotten the Gold Coast Suns. They have wins over Eagles and Carlton, and they were good wins to be fair, but then they've just completely plummeted down the ladder with losses to Melbourne, GWS, St Kilda, and also the Lions and the Pies too. They do it pretty much every year. They have a good start to the season and then they just drop off in form with multiple losses in a row. That is the problem that they always face each year. And also considering that there's a lot of underachieving players in the side like Matt Rowell and Touk Miller, it's Noah Anderson that seems to be the guy that's on track to win the Best and Fairest award. And I also do have to say that 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴 has been a magnificent recruit. But it just feels like something's missing over there at Gold Coast. Maybe Charles been decent, Charlie Ballard and Sam Collins has been a decent duo down back. But then again, they're just lacking a bit of fight and consistency so far in the season. And they are 15th in my power rankings. In 14th spot, and I've gotten Port Adelaide. I was surely going to put them near the bottom of the power rankings. But they've recovered their season slightly with 2 wins in a row over St Kilda and also the Eagles. But then again, we all know about that 0-5 start. To be fair, they were very unlucky not to win against Carlton. But yeah, it's just a total mystery of why they've been so poor. They've shown decent numbers, but they're just not executing very well and just losing a bit of fight and aggression too. Ollie Wines, Travis Boak, they put up good numbers each week, but yeah, the chemistry just doesn't seem to be working. And it just shows that how big Charlie Dixon is to the side. He is crucial to Port Adelaide, and with him out, it feels like they have a non-existent forward line almost. Geordie Artis and Todd Marshall really have to punch above their weight if Port Adelaide do want to win, and also Fantasia out too. That's a bit of an out as well. He's quite a decent player, and I wouldn't write off Port Adelaide just yet. They've won 2 in a row, and hopefully they could build onto something. But yeah, for now they are in 14th. In 13th spot, and I've gotten the Adelaide Crows. I've had quite a decent few weeks so far with wins over Port Adelaide, the Tigers and the Bulldogs. That 2 in a row run was magnificent, great wins they were, but they did have a bit of a reality check with a massive loss against the Giants. I could maybe be a bit more generous and put them a bit higher, but they are an expected bottom 4th side at the end of the day. They've definitely punched above their weight. I just personally feel they don't have enough talent, I guess you can say, to carry them out of the bottom 4 or bottom 6. But we never know. It could have just been a one-off loss against the Giants. But yeah, simply put, I feel like 13th spot is around the best place to put them because they've shown a bit of promise, but then again, they've gotten that expected reality check with a massive loss against the Giants. But they do have a lot of players that have shown quite a few glimpses, like Taylor Walker, Tom Doedee, Ben Keays has been brilliant too. So I'd definitely be quite hopeful if I were an Adelaide fan. They've shown, yeah, some pretty decent promise, but then again, yeah, 13th place just seems a fair spot to put them. In 12th place, and I've gotten the Giants. Again, just, yeah, a really questionable start to the season. Only 2-5 they are, and that was a much needed win over Adelaide. And also they did win over the Suns a few weeks ago, but then losses to Sydney, Richmond, Freo, Melbourne and St Kilda. Again, pretty tough opponents, but they're just an extremely inconsistent side. I believe that they do have the talent and somewhat the numbers to really push up into finals, and who knows, it's still alive for him. But yeah, they do it almost every year. I don't understand. They seriously do have a truly underrated list, but they just can't execute every single week. And because of that, they sit at 12th place in my power rankings. In 11th spot in my power rankings, and I've gotten Richmond. They've had wins over GWS, Bulldogs and the Eagles, but then losses against Carlton, St Kilda, Adelaide and the Demons. Again, similar to the Giants, quite a bit of an inconsistent side. It's hard to rank them at the moment because they've shown that promise, but then again, they've just shown a lack of, yeah, just ability with their defensive efforts and also their midfield at times. To be fair, they have had injury problems with Prestia and Dusty Martin being out of the side, and Cochin has just been a bit wavy, inconsistent too. But then again, they've had a few really good looking players like Shai Bolton, Jaden Short, Noah Bolter, Rewalt and Lynch as well have been good enough, I guess you could say. So it's definitely a question mark on Richmond. They could definitely make finals. I believe they will. They're a definite chance, but we'll just keep on seeing how things pan out. Hopefully they can build a bit of consistency, but I feel like 11th place is a fair enough spot to put them because of their consistency. In 10th spot now, and we have gotten Hawthorn. I have to quickly say that, yeah, they've been a champion side so far this season, totally against the odds with Sam Mitchell, and then they've just piled up a lot of healthy losses, you know, really good displays against top teams, like losses against the Swans and also the Demons recently. That was yesterday. Yeah, just that was a really good display against, yeah, a premiership contender side. And including that, they do have wins over North and Port Adelaide and also Geelong. Yeah, they're a team not to sleep on at the moment, the Hawks. Again, I had them last in my predictions. A bit embarrassed about that, but hey, they've just been totally firing out of the blocks, and I really see them around the 10th to 16th range at the moment. I don't think they look like a bottom 2 side at all. Definitely been punching above their weight, and just a lot of quality plays stepping up. Dylan Moore, Mitch Lewis, Chunkoff Juff, James 𝐬𝐶𝐶 looks to be a all-Australian caliber centre-half backman. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how Hawks will go over the next month, but so far I feel like 10th spot is a good place. They have been very good, but again, losses are losses, and that will cause them to slide down the power rankings ladder. In 9th position, and I've gotten Collingwood. They've had a bit of a fall from grace, I guess you could say. They looked very good within the first 3 weeks, but then they lost 3 in a row, and that was against the Eagles, Geelong Cats and the Lions. But they've turned things around a bit with wins over Essendon and also the Suns. And yeah, they seem to be a bit of a mystery side as well. A lot of people had them as a bottom 4 side, and they are, yeah, again, punching above their weight, but they are proving to be almost a finals contention side if they do manage to keep consistent. Pressure-wise, they've been excellent. Off turnovers, they've been fantastic too. And yeah, the likes of Beau McCreary, Ollie Henry, the Dacos brothers, Jack Ginnivan, just a lot of, yeah, young players really lifting up. They've got a good balance of youth and also veteran players. But then again, in some matches, they just cannot seem to play 4 good quarters, as they, yeah, honestly could have really won against Geelong and Eagles, and because of that, they've gone down in the power rankings and sitting at 9th. In 8th place now, and I've gotten Carlton, and as you can see, they've dropped down 5 places. I know it's harsh, but I think we can all agree that they have had a bit of a fall from grace. Started off with a 3-0 record, then they did have losses to Suns and Fremantle, and they weren't great displays, let's be honest, but still they're a side with some good midfield depth, a pretty good upside, and if you've got a man called Patrick Cripps carrying the hell out of you know you're going to be, quite a decent football team. And also their keys have been good too. Lachie Young, I felt like he's been doing the shift quite decently these past few weeks. And then of course we all know 𝐬𝐿𝐼 and 𝐸𝐿 have been bossing it. Midfield's been bossing it, and that's pretty much the reason why they have stayed alive this season. They have been excellent in both of those departments, and I feel like 8th place is a fair spot to put them. Good win over North Melbourne last night, and they're still definitely a finals contention side. In 7th place, and I've gotten the Western Bulldogs. I know a lot of people are going to write like, why the Bulldogs up here? You have to remember they were the runners-up from last year, so that's why they are sitting around in the finals range. They've gone down one spot, and they've had quite a questionable few weeks so far, with losses to Adelaide and also Richmond, and that's what really killed them, losing 2 in a row. They bounced back today with a nice win over Essendon. And the reason why I do have them 7th is simply because they're a team with a lot of upside. They've got an excellent list. They have a midfield stacked with quality names, a forward line that can really get it done, and their backs are pretty much, of course, the weak link in this side. You cannot really have Keith and also Cordy and Gardner really leading you if you want to be a top 4 quality side. It's starting to expose them a bit, but nevertheless, I think they can still really turn their season around. As I said, they have a lot of upside, so that's why they are sitting 7th in my power rankings. In 6th place, and we have got St Kilda. They've been bossing it so far this season. Had a very nice purple patch of winning 5 games in a row. They really could have made it 6, but they did lose, of course, by a point to Port Adelaide and Cairns. A lot of fans blaming why we would have won that convincingly if it was in Marvel, which is definitely fair enough. I think that's a fair excuse. It's quite hard to play over there in Cairns in the hot and muggy conditions. But so far, this season they've been terrific. As I said earlier in the season, I felt like they lacked a bit of A-grade talent, but you've got players like Brad Hill, Jack Sinclair really rising up the ranks and becoming quality footballers so far this year. Max King and Jack Higgins have definitely been handy down forward, and it just shows the upside they have. They've been good, but they could be even better. They're just the thing that's letting them down, of course, is their inaccuracy in front of goal. And as a St Kilda fan, you've got to be really happy with yourselves that you did have those important 5 wins in a row that can potentially really help you make finals near the latter end of the season. And considering that they have a very hard fixture coming up, they're versing plenty of top 4, top 6 quality sides. It's good that they got those 5 wins, and currently though they're sitting 6th in my power rankings. In 5th place, and we've gotten the Geelong Cats. They've gone down one spot because they've had a few just questionable losses, with losses to Fremantle, Hawthorn, and also the Swans. Of course, they are good quality sides at the moment, but you really expect and back Geelong to win those kind of fixtures. They're usually very good in the home away season. Maybe it's their lack of youth and their old plays really causing them to not excel like they usually do. But then again, they are still a top 4 quality side, I feel. A team not to sleep on, and they're still going to be a classy side throughout the home and away season. So they have gone down one spot because they have lost now 2 in a row to Hawthorn and also Fremantle. That's hurt them a bit, but still they are clearly a top 6 side in the competition, and they're in 5th. In 4th place, and we have got the Sydney Swans moving up one spot. And the past few weeks, again, it's been a little bit iffy, but they have been getting results, which is really good to see. Wins over GWS, Geelong, North Melbourne, Eagles, and Hawthorn. And then the losses against Bulldogs, and not really good display against the Lions today. I think the loss against the Lions today for the Swans was a very significant one, because I feel like the benchmark has been set for the Swans. They know that they were completely beaten, completely outclassed by a better side, and the benchmark has been set. That's where they've got to aim, and this is why I don't really think Swans are a premiership contender side. They are a verge top 4 side, but for me they're around 4th to 7th place quality side. And then again, they're probably a bit premature to be flagged favourites, but so far they've been picking up wins, and that's why I've got them 4th on my power rankings so far. In 3rd place now, and I've gotten Fremantle. They totally deserve to be the 3rd best team in the competition at the moment. They've been completely out of the blocks, and a hugely unexpected team to be this good so far this season, moving up 7 spots compared to last month. And yeah, they've only had the one loss to St Kilda, where they really could have won. They could have really hit a bit more control and win that game, but yeah, Max King just literally carried them to that win. But nevertheless, yeah, wow, you know, I think a lot of people were just holding on Fremantle, just thinking, no, let's see how they go against the Cats this weekend. But they almost, I guess you could say, outclassed them, were magnificent. And winning at the Cattery is one of the hardest places in the AFL to win against the Cats, who are normally so good in the home and away season. And that really signifies that Freo are the real deal this season. Got a great young core of players, a lot of underrated players, especially their backline: Pearce, Cox, Hamling, Griffin Logue, Hayden Young too. Midfielders as well, getting it done. Sarong, Blake Acres, Brayshaw, they are freaks. Will Brodie, what a pickup he's been. And their forward line as well, similar to Melbourne's, it isn't full of top 5 quality players, but you know, Taberner, Roy Lobb, they're players that will get the job done. Numbers wise, they've been excellent. They are a very hard team to score against. Coming second, they're pretty much arguably the second best defensive side in the AFL at the moment compared to the Demons, and yeah, within fair reason that they are the third best team in the competition at the moment, and I believe they are a lock for finals. In second place, and I've gotten the Brisbane Lions. Their win over Sydney does totally confirm that they are the second best team in the competition. Just their win over Sydney, when watching it, just wow, they are really a professional side at the moment. Got quality players all across the field. Chemistry is quality. Plays bobbing up, slotting goals. Zach Bailey kicking 6 goals here or there. Yeah, Lachie Neale's been starring too, a Brownlow favourite as well. And for me, they're one of the 2 teams to win the flag this year. Of course, the other team to win the flag, or in my call, they are favourites to win the flag, or contenders to win the flag, is of course the Melbourne Demons, sitting at first place, undefeated. They have been unstoppable. It barely seems that they have gotten out of, you know, third gear, to be honest. Even when they do have COVID outs, they still manage to beat a very competitive side in Hawthorn. And yeah, quite simply put, unbeatable. Even when they kick 9 goals 22, they still get the job done. And yeah, quite simply, we all know quality players around the field. It's a no-brainer. The Demons are the best team in the competition so far. So fellas, there were my power rankings for the month of April of the 2022 AFL season. It was a month full of quality football, and there's a lot of teams that have really shown that they are true finals contenders, whilst other teams have dropped down thinking, nah, their season could be done. So yeah, make sure to comment down below. Tell me what you think of my power rankings, and who would you adjust in the power rankings? As always, of course, a controversial topic. So make sure to get chatting down below in the comments if you wish. So fellas, that is the end of today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you wanted to enjoy. And that's it from me. I'll talk to you later. See you later, fellas.